Hey, what's up everyone, this is Silver Reploid CLE, and welcome to Realtalk Reploid number 1. Now, this is the pilot episode of the Realtalk Reploid series where I tell you guys about real life stuff, like, it can be any real life topic, like, whether it's friendship or relationship or getting together, breaking up, forming friendship bonds, etc, etc, etc. But in this episode of Realtalk Reploid, I want to tell you guys about the essence of life. What it's like, how difficult it is, and what are the advantages and disadvantages of life, how to live it to the fullest like any other. Okay, so I came across this topic because, well, recently I've been going through a lot of stuff, a lot of rough stuff, and, well, some of the details I'm about to tell you about life might not be relevant to my issues, but I decided to go ahead and go with this topic anyway for today's episode of Realtalk Reploid. Okay, so in reference to life, when you are born, life is the most gorgeous thing in the world. It's like a bouquet of flowers being bloomed, coming to life. Well, you were born an original, and you were born to see the world. You were born to get to know a lot of things around you. You were born to get to know a lot of people. You were born to get to do new stuff, a lot of things that we humans do. And come the time when you grow up, not to skip the whole entire story, you start out as a little pupil, and then you start out to be a teenager, a young adult. And like how I am right now, since I'm 21 years old, an adult himself. Let's talk about this topic called life. Well, sometimes, like a mushroom, let's just say that a mushroom is the most beautiful thing that you've ever seen, yet it is poisonous. Now, in reference to life, however, to be more frank, life is somewhat wonderful. It is like a holy grail of the whole entire universe. But at the same time, it can be very atrocious. It can be deteriorating. It can be anything not worth it in most cases. But there are times when you can actually move forward, and sometimes it's hard to face facts. Now I'm not saying this just because I read it from a book or something. I'm doing this because I'm just saying that I'm just sharing you guys the details of how I feel in my heart. Because, well, I'm sure most of you guys feel like this too. Now, you might think that this kind of session that I'm doing with you guys is kind of like the Juggies powwow that the Juggy Nuggets do, talking about real life situations like, you know, death and stuff like that. But this is the kind of session that I'm talking about, what I'm doing with you guys. Sorry for my loss of words and everything. I'm just trying to get it together and come up with some more details about life. Well, not to summarize the whole thing, well, to be a lot more specific, when you start out as a pupil, you get to know a lot of things. You get to eat new foods, you get to drink new drinks, not the alcohol. I'm talking about regular drinks like milk, water, juice, and you continue to go through that cycle until you turn to a teenager. That's when you get a chance to drink sodas and stuff like that. But that's not the issue here. I'm talking about when it comes to life. I'm talking about when it comes to getting to know new people, like relationship-wise. Well, not relationship, but what we call friendship. Now, when you become a teen, well, actually, when you're a kid and when you turn into a teen, you have what we call friends. And you go to make new friends. You get to know them. When you can always talk to your family about anything, whether, even though it's hard, there's always times when you can enlighten yourself to everything, enlighten to other people about how you feel about this, that, and the other. And sometimes I feel skeptical about telling the truth about how I feel about most things, but there are times when I have to let it out to kind of get rid of the pain. Now, back to the real deal right here. When it comes to friendship, you go to make some new friends, starting in kindergarten, for instance, and of course, 1st through 6th grade, 7th through 8th, 9th through 12th, and of course, college-wise. And when it comes to making friends, well, when time passes, well, you make a lot of friends, you make a lot of excellent, great reminiscences with you and your best friends. There are a lot of categories when it comes to friends. There are friends by themselves, there are best friends forever, ex-friends, or it's possible that it can also be called ex-friends forever, like best friends forever. And there are also what we call relationships, like boyfriend and girlfriend. And in reference to that, you guys might ask me, am I in a relationship and am I planning to get married? I would say, well, I'm not certain yet. I remember my first relationship back in high school when I was a junior. I used to have a girl as a girlfriend. I'm not going to tell you who she is, but if you're also watching this video, I just want to share a few points here. Well, you know, I'll just speak my mind on a few things. So we've been on a very temporary relationship just to see how it goes. Well, it was actually my first time being in one, and about a few weeks or one, we went ahead and split up, and we just called it off, and because we were feeling stressed and people were like looking at us and stuff like that. But that was why we went ahead and called off the relationship. And yeah, I kind of felt a little down about it, but I still have friends, and yeah, friendship bonds are a lot more important to me than any other. And if I want to marry someone, I would rather marry technology instead of just trying to find a girl or anything, unless it is possible. Yeah, life can be hard sometimes because, well, you got a lot of stuff that you have to look forward to, like other people. Whether it's paying the bills, getting to communicate with a lot of other people, even though someone may not get along and stuff like that. All I'm saying to you guys is do not give up on life. Even though it can be living crap and stuff like that, like how mine used to be sometimes, I still move forward because I'm seeing new things, I'm seeing some new changes, even though some changes may not be comfortable for me, whether it's like friendships. That's the main thing for me, my part. And of course, other things too. Kind of like how McJurgen Nuggets is doing. Like he's going to have to face a lot of bills when it comes to owning a new place for his own, or making bad grades in school, or getting fired at work. Trying your best to reach your dreams, but somehow it's a lot more difficult because life is like a dream, but it's a good dream, but at the same time it could be a very bad one. Because it's a very cold world out there, and it can literally consume us all. But to prevent that, we have to make the best of it, because we have to do everything we can do to live it. And it kind of sounds like I've only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. In reference to 1 minute, make every last bit of that minute the best you can make it out of, because if you waste your chance, it's like instant game over. Before I conclude this Realtalk Reploid session, I want to say to you, each and every one of you Reploids out there, and of course the non-Reploids, do not give up on life. And to be honest, I almost did. But I didn't, because I kept going. Do not think that this is the end of the world, because it is not. You still have plenty of time left to survive, to be strong, to make a better living. My words to you, my fellow Reploids, I repeat, do not give up on life. Thank you.